Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Who's Tea TV. I'm Miss T, and as promised in our last video, we were going to get into some things to recap the end of the year. So we are fastly approaching the end of 2023, and I wanted to make sure I got back here to share some things with you, my loyal subscribers. All 67 of you hold a dear place in my heart, and I want to thank you. So for the new year, we're going to do some things different in 2024. I can't wait. I'm excited, and I hope you are as well. So let's get into this. So for the recap of 2023, we're going to start it off with number 10, and we're going to count our way down. And when I say we're going to count our way down, it's going to go down real quick. Okay, now, let's see. I hope you guys all remember the infamous smack heard around the world. That was back in 2022. However, it's 2023, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith managed to keep themselves relevant in the news. All right, so with that being said, their light may be shining bright. However, it has been dim, very dim. And even though it's dim, we've managed to not only see that little light, but we also heard the flicker. So the biggest news with these two is when Mrs. Jada Smith, when she came out with her memoir, I think that was back this fall, and she noted in her memoir that these two have been separated since 2016. I said, I will be what? They've been separated since 2016. Now figure that one out. Now mind you, I just told you in 2022, we heard the slap around the world between Will Smith and Chris Rock when Will Smith got up and said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." You remember that? I remember it. Meanwhile, Will's over here trying to honor this woman who I believe has disrespected him the most. And she does it, to be honest, as often as she can. It doesn't make any sense, but she does it as often as she can. Now, there's been speculation about Will Smith being with Dwayne Martin and this whole entanglement, which seems to have taken the internet by storm. By far, I think this is one of those scenarios that has definitely shut the internet down when people are searching it. Sometimes you can't even get Google to work. That's a joke. Google's working just fine. But this just goes to show you, no matter how much beauty is involved, no matter how much money is involved, that it appears to be irrelevant when it comes to the messiness of it all. Okay? This relationship has seemed to be an emotional roller coaster for many years. I would like to turn the page on this for 2024. I'm not sure if you would like to turn the page on this for 2024 or not. However, I believe that the missus will find a way to keep their name, or her name, to be more specific, in the news. Because I remember when Tupac says, miss me on that. Miss me on that completely. It's the same story over and over and over. I wish Tupac was here to tell his side. Like, ma'am, I never knew her. He threw a Mariah on her. Or maybe he did know her. I don't know. But it just seems a little weird that you did not mention this man when he was around. But now that he's not here to tell his side of the story, you're all in your feelings. Dang, she had it bad for him. Didn't she? She had it bad for him. But I pray that once they are finished with their divorce and everything's settled, that they find a new happiness that does not involve each other. Because that is a whole mess. So, therefore, I'm naming them the flavor of hot sauce. Some people like hot sauce. I'm not a big fan. I might try to dibble and dabble occasionally. But yeah, that's their flavor. It's just hot. And it's all saucy over there. Number 9. We're call this flavor salty. Because I'm sure he's salty right now. So, ex-Marvel actor Jonathan Majors was found guilty this month. He has been charged with not keeping his hands to his dang on self, according to me. Now, 2 things are still going on in folks' minds right now. One, we want to know if Megan Good will run as if she knows better than to be with a leopard. Send me some messages. Let me know your feedback on this tonight because it's going to be hot and spicy. So, the question again is if Megan Good will run as if she knows that this leopard, I messed it up. The question again is, will Megan Good run as if she knows better than to be with a leopard? It's been said on several occasions that a leopard cannot change its spots. With that being said, if allegedly, if Mr. Salty Majors is who he has shown to be, according to all this court proceedings and whatnot, Megan, what's going on? Why do you think he's going to change? I don't understand. Let me know. Anyhow, the second thing here is, can Mr. Majors come back from this negative space? That's a good question. Can Mr. Majors come back from this negative space? My thought process is that he should find a really good therapist and try to heal. And I also would like for Mr. Salty to realize and to remember that hurt people do not have to continue to hurt people. The cycle can be broken. Coming in at number 8, we have Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles. And Simone is like really sweet. And right now in the taste of the public eye, Jonathan's a little sour. So I've been calling Jonathan Mr. Biles because I could almost bet that based on some of the things I've seen lately that Simone's wearing the pants in that relationship. Anyhow, he recently did an interview on Pivot Podcast, and while he was on the podcast, one of the hosts asked Jonathan a question. But before we get to the question, Jonathan's reaction was that he's a catch. And that's my quotes. He's a catch. When he was asked by the host, and this is my summing it up, because I don't want to give that whole ad lib and give it wrong, and I don't want anybody sending for me. Okay. My version of it was, how the heck, or something of that lines, did you get Simone Biles? After that statement, Mr. Biles started talking about how they hooked up. He took us on a ride, y'all. You ever go on a long drive up or down the coast, and you go up, and then you go down, or you might do it twice in a year or something of that nature? He took us all around the world with this one, instead of taking us from points A to B, okay? Now, Jonathan's receiving tons of backlash over this comment. I've seen that he's gaslighting Simone. I've seen he doesn't love her. I've heard rather, things in reference to colorism, and it just goes on and on and on. Now, on one hand, I don't understand why, because as some of you may or may not know, Simone Biles is a renowned gymnast. Okay, she is a gold medalist winner. Like, she has probably, I don't even know, I should have looked it up how many gold medals she has, but she has enough um, to be like the top of her game in her bracket when it came to gymnastics. And I believe she is set to go back into competitions coming up this year. Anyhow, she has a 15 plus $1 billion net worth. So does that mean Simone's the catch? I mean, okay, Mr. Owens is said to make about 7 million according to Google. But then on the other hand, why I think this all makes no sense, especially with um, the negative comments that are coming back and forth as far as the public's reaction, is this is my spin on it. I'm thinking that this is a man who's just speaking of, by him saying that he's a catch. My personal thought was, okay, so he's a nice guy who shares the same interests with Simone, who's his wife. Maybe he finds solace in being in Simone's presence altogether. And in that aspect, maybe he is a catch, because who knows what's out there? Who knows? I mean, for someone of her caliber, we don't know. I think they met on something called Raya or Raya. Raya. I think it's a dating website or something of that nature. Okay, so they met on there, and he said he didn't know anything about gymnastics, or he saw something about gymnastics. Whatever. That didn't make any sense. He just sounded silly. Especially say you never watch gymnastics. I mean, even if it's not your thing, you could be flicking through the like with your flicking through the TV and run into something like that, especially during the Olympic season. Come on, bruh. And he's a sports guy, so uh, yeah, he didn't make any sense. I ain't even gonna get into that because that might debunk what I'm trying to say. See, Jonathan, you got me all messed up here. Anyhow, we all know that oftentimes when doing an interview, your job is kind of to like hype things up to make it interesting, because otherwise we wouldn't be watching. I know I wouldn't. So Simone was there. She was smiling. She was there to support her man. And I just can't wait to see what's in the future for these two. Just let them grow. Let them have a little bit of space. Like when you're young like that, so oftentimes you say some dumb stuff. Okay? Just let them grow. I'll be the first to let you know if there's any warning signs. But for now, this is just silly. Just let it go, people. Let it go. All right, guys. So we're coming in at number 7. This is a different flavor of hot sauce. I don't know if you've heard of sriracha. Okay, so this next flavor of sriracha is in reference to Michael Oher. Oher. If I'm not pronouncing that right, let me know that too. And matter of fact, I'm quite sure you will, because I feel like we're getting accustomed to each other. So you can call me out on my, I don't want to say it. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say half the words I'm saying nowadays. Anyhow, Michael Oher was a guy that his life was inspired. His life inspired the movie The Blind Side that came out back in 2009. So I don't know if you guys remember The Blind Side, but it starred Sandra Bullock and Quentin Aaron, who played Oher, or he portrayed Oher in the movie. So anyhow, this film was based off of a novel that had came out about a football lineman who came from a poverty-stricken area, and he was taken in by this well-off family. Now, if I tried to pronounce their name, I would get it wrong as the family's name, but throughout this segment, I'm going to say the family, and you're going to know I'm talking about the people whose name starts with Tuohys. I don't know if it's the two E's, but something similar to that. So the former NFL player had filed a legal petition accusing the Tuohys, the family, of profiting off of his story. Now, Oher, I believe this year was now maybe 39-ish, almost a 40-year-old man. And he stated earlier this year that through his conservatorship, he thought that his conservatorship, conservatorship was equivalent to an adoption. Okay, you caught what I put down there. I had a little difficulty, but I got it out. So he thought that his conservatorship was equivalent. I'm not drinking anything but tea, guys. Nothing but pure Lipton tea. Okay? Can you see that? Oh, wait, wrong side. Pure Lipton tea. I'm just funny like that sometimes, I guess. Anyhow, he thought the conservatorship was equivalent to an adoption. Sir. But that's okay. That's what he said. And he only learned earlier this year that he had no ties to the family, the Tuohy family. I guess in 2024 will be decided. I guess that'll be the deciding factor for all the parties involved. But that really was big news for 2023. And that whole story just, I don't know what to believe, especially when it comes to this Tuohy family, because it was said that they own like 11 or 12 Taco Bells, and they owned a KFC and a couple other things that I saw, and I'm like, well, if they owned these things prior to him coming in, and I don't want to disclaim anybody's story, like, I got, we got to get to the truth, so I'm not sure with this one, but it appears to me that they already had some type of monies, and not saying that people with money wouldn't want more money, but this whole story is just a lot. So if you haven't seen the movie, I would say go back and watch it, but why go back and watch it if Mr. Oher doesn't get any money out of it? Alright guys, so it's late here on the East, and I have to get up for work soon, so I'm going to keep trying to flip through these flavors. So the next flavor at number 6 is habanero pepper sauce. Try saying that a couple times, okay? So it's Tasha K versus Cardi B, and soon to be Tasha K versus R. Kelce, or has that already happened already? So I know you guys have been following up on the Tasha K and Cardi thing, and I know that Tasha went live, I can't remember which month it was. It was like not too long ago, but she went live and she, she couldn't take it anymore. And I totally understand how the stress can get to you. So anyhow, she couldn't take anymore. She pled her case, and then she called Cardi and pled her case even more. And I think that Cardi was going to, I don't think she was she going to dismiss the whole lawsuit? I don't know. But they're coming in at number 6. They're hot and heavy. I like both of them. I really like Cardi. Um, the way she, she puts it all out there for all of us to see. And I like Tasha because she not only brings the tea, but it's often not how she executes it at times, but she really does have like an interesting perspective on a lot of things. So, both of these ladies, we're wishing them a happy and prosperous new year up and coming. And I'm sure that at the end of all of this, I'm hoping that they can be friends to show that younger people that do watch and adore both of these ladies, I hope that they really give a thought on how to make this. Wait a minute now. Could I be friends with someone who said all these things about me? I think I can. And the only reason why I say I do think I can is because none of us are perfect. Okay? None of us are perfect. We all fall short of his glory. And with that being said, we're just going to move off of this. Best of luck, ladies. I hope you guys can work it out. Hey, 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 hey. Coming in at number 5, hot and heavy, is that hot tamale, spicy lady, Cardi B. Yes, Cardi B, number 5. Because I believe that Cardi is not going to let her foot off the gas this time. Offset, you're done. You're done. Point blank, period. You're done. You have disrespected this woman for the last time. And what makes me so angry about it is that we all got to see it. But what makes me even more angry about it is because I feel that when men have children with said woman, no matter who said woman is or who said man is, they feel like they could do whatever they want because you got children with them and they're not going to leave you. Or you're not going to leave them is the thought process. It's my opinion, so I'm saying it. I believe that men, or it could even be vice versa, because I've seen some women leave their children. I've seen women leave their children behind to be with a man that already had a woman or a family in place, and they get there and then they feel stuck because it wasn't what they thought it was. See, oftentimes the grass isn't greener on the other side. So why are we not just not talking about me, like we as a collective at this point, why do we often believe what's perceived to be greener is green? Okay, let me break it down for you even more, because we may have to unpack this segment, because I feel like everyone often continues to walk around with these blinders on. So let's make that make sense. Now, granted, I can't see on a good day, but I can see through some lies. I don't know about you. Can you see through some lies? We're about to find out. We are about to find out. In 2024, I'm challenging all of you who watch this video to be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. And then I want you to come back and say, oh yeah, Miss T predicted this. So I believe that Cardi's not going to let her foot off the gas this time. I also believe that this whole thing about running around with the imposters has to stop. Okay? I believe it has to stop. There is no way in the world that you then ran out. You went outside of your marriage to sleep someone with, I'm getting heated up in here. You went out of your way to find someone to sleep with that looks like me. Make it make sense. So you then ran out here, ran off with someone that looks like me, that isn't me, that could never be me, although they say everything's replaceable. I can't be replaced. Now he done got this lookalike. Counts on E. So it's been said the account is allegedly on E. I don't get it. Anyone who understands it, tell me. Tell Miss T what it's hitting for, because I don't understand it. It's funny that I even say I don't understand it, because I just don't, A. And B, I have people to break things down to me in a way, because I often, I can't be the only one, because we wouldn't be individuals if I was the only one, but I can't be the only one that often thinks of it from my side only. Because here, my opinion matters. Off camera, my opinion is just part of the equation. Okay? My opinion is part of the equation. So, with that being said, I know somehow, some way, when I say less, I hope you're reading more into what I'm saying. Because, baby, I don't want to get stricken down before I get pushed up and elevated. Okay, so read more into what I'm saying. You can't be running around with an imposter that's not me. Now, Cardi is who she is. And with that being said, I believe in the year of 2024, we are going to see some very major hits from Cardi. Very major. Because if you listen back to her song, Be Careful, she already told this man what it was before she even got with him. And he still did what he did. And then the alleged rumor of him going around with Kershawn, like, this is apples and oranges. What's up? Make that make sense to me, because I don't understand it. And then I got these men in my life. Okay? I got a lot of men in my life. Strong men. Strong. Powerful. Very opinionated. But they also preach facts. So, with that being said, the men in my life, the first thing I'm going to play, like I'm one of them, okay? First thing they're going to say, and I won't say it as a woman, but the first thing, I bet you, any of the stronger men in my family, they're going to say, well, what was she doing that he did that? That's as soon as they say that to me, I'm like, what did she do? And I'm thinking she couldn't have did nothing. She's at home with the kids. What they talking about? So, the question is, did something go down that we don't know, that we weren't privy to? Okay, now 2. Okay, the next thing is going to be, well, if we're this is a partnership. And I wish that one of them would grace us with their presidents. And you can hear the debate go on, because it gets hot and heavy. It gets hot and heavy. And one of the reasons it gets hot and heavy is because each one of us are passionate about what we're saying. And they always find a way to make me feel that I'm not as passionate as they are. They get hyped up. They get loud. One even jump around. Okay? It gets wild. But what I will say is Cardi said in her song, Be Careful. And I believe that based on what happened back in 2020 when she put the brakes on everything and said, no, I want to work on my marriage. I commended her at the time, especially because A, they're young. B, they haven't been married that long. I can't remember when they got married. I don't really keep up with a lot of that, because I'm trying to focus on me and mine over here, so I really don't keep up with a lot of it. But I am going to say this, that I don't think she's going to let her foot off the gas. I don't understand the thing about showing up with the imposters. And we are going to keep this train rolling because, baby, Miss T got to watch some television. Coming in at number 4. I don't know if this flavor befits. You ever had those jelly beans? Like, I think they have them out by like around Easter. I forget the popular brand, but it's a popular brand of jelly beans, and you can mix the flavors, and like you could get the rotten egg flavor and all that. So I'm naming this flavor of this segment jelly bean. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm naming this jelly bean is based off of those flavors of jelly beans where you can mix and mash them. I think they even have one that's like supposed to be some bad wind. Okay. So in this segment, we're going to be talking about Lizzo. Now, that really shook 2023, and it took 2023 by storm when Lizzo, pardon my dry mouth, even though I'm drinking some very hot tea here. Okay. So anyhow, when Lizzo was sued by her backup dancers for this alleged harassment, people went crazy on the internet. Okay. Went bananas. Now, there were 3 dancers in particular that came out back in August, I believe, speaking about the hostile environment they had to work in. And I thought to myself, no, not Lizzo. I like Lizzo. She's confident. She has good music. Not music that I would often listen to, but, if you're, pushing your cart and you're in a grocery store and, you hear one of those about darn time, and there was another song she had. Anyway, I told you I don't listen to her that much, but where I was going with this is, okay, you're in the grocery store, you're pushing that cart, and you hear something come on, you could bob your head to it. I can't do much more than that, but I could bob my head. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Lizzo, Anyhow, these 3 dancers came out back in August, and they were speaking about the environment, and the allegations went from her weight shaming someone. I said, cut it out. Cut it. Cut it out. Like, what? Make that make sense. That'd be like me weight shaming somebody. And I gained like 40 pounds during that epidemic. You know what I'm talking about. It's an epidemic, whatever you want to call it. I gained 40 pounds. While I was on here talking to you guys last year, I was raking it up. And don't even know what I was on because I have the same routine for the last, as long as my husband's known me. So, anywho, back to Lizzo. So, of course, these accusations were false and outrageous, according to Lizzo. They were false. They were outrageous. And that was a quote from a magazine that I saw and that I read. Well, that was then, and this is now. And it has now been reported through several online magazines that Lizzo allegedly wants the harassment lawsuit, the documents, every darn thing sealed. She would like everything sealed. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that these records, this lawsuit, and everything in its containment should just go away because Lizzo wants it sealed? don't even think they went to court yet. Did they settle this? What's going on? Because I never know what's going on. I work all day and all night. So let me know. I don't. If I were the one in that position, I don't think that I would want this to just go away. I would want someone to know my story. And we won't know the story if everything's like swept under the rug. So we don't know if it's true or not. We had to talk about it because it took 2023 and shook it. You know, shaking the table over here. She just shook the whole calendar. Like, I'm sentencing people pretty soon to silliness. Like, I'm going to need, when you reach that status and all eyes are on you, you have to be careful of what type of energy you're putting out there because you're going to get it back tenfold. Coming in at number 3. I didn't even write a number 3 on that page, but this is definitely number 3. Let me write my number 3. Because I'm a little canalish like that, if you get my drift. Now, coming in at number 3, we have the flavor is cinnamon. Because although cinnamon could be sweet, it could bite you too. If you put too much, you know, if you sprinkle too much on whatever you're cooking or over your favorite flavor drink. And this ain't that type of drink. So, she's best known as Yvette from Baby Boy. My youngest child watched Baby Boy 1,000+ times. Not only because she loves her some Jody, but she loved her some Taraji. So, some of you may not know that recently Taraji came out with some strong allegations. And I'm going to tell you why these aren't allegations. And it don't have nothing to do with the big O. Okay? I'm going to tell you why these just aren't allegations. But okay. Well, some of you may know her from her standout roles in the following films or TV shows: Empire, Hidden Figures, Think Like a Man, and much more. Taraji P. Henson has spoken out about her worth. Her worth. She, at her caliber, should not have to tell people about her worth. Oh my goodness, this made me very angry. And you know why it made me angry? Because I am Taraji P. Henson in that aspect. But we're going to get into that. Okay? You should not have to be in this space where you feel less than when you produce. Oh my goodness. Somebody give me an amen down there in the chat. Because I am really going somewhere where I often would not go, because I always think about the backlash of the stuff that I'm going to say. But sometimes things just get super, super real. And when people are, constantly talking ish and putting you in this space where you don't want to be, sometimes you gotta bite back. I'll just hit the table because that's all I can do. I am angry. Like, when is this going to stop? And then the people that you root for the most, and then they turn around and act brand new, and then you feel like, oh, I see you, sis. Sir. Ma'am. I see you all. Anyway, back to Taraji. She then came out and had to speak about her worth. And how she has not been fulfilled by her being in Hollywood. She's actually thinking about, like, not quitting, because I don't want to say she's a quitter, because I find it hard to believe that she would just quit. But sometimes when, you start moving different and people don't see that you're moving different, and you're moving different based off of the bull crap that they got you going through, it's deep. It's deep. Well, folks said to say, give me a minute, because I don't want to get so hyper that I just reach deep down in myself and deep down in my soul and pull out all the things that I've been harboring for a long time. It's just sad to say that this story, when she was talking about her work, resonated not only with me, but a lot of different women. And when I say a lot of different women, it's women from different backgrounds, women that came from different dynamics, that work in different careers. It's us too. So, Taraji, I am thankful that you came out for those who may be coming behind you in that aspect, but the people of mainstream, such as myself, it's up to us. That means you, other women, to get out there and start telling your truth. Don't be a victim for these people. Tell your truth. And then, once you tell your truth, if they can't meet you more than halfway, it's time to cut these suckers loose. I said, cut the suckers loose. Because it just really made me like, I'm side-eyeing everybody. I'm side-eyeing people in my family right now. It don't make me no never mind. I'm just side-eyeing everybody. Anybody that I feel like likes to see me feel like down. Like, Taraji got on live. I don't know if that was a podcast or a television clip or what I was watching, but she was crying. I'm like, sis, save those tears for your pillow. I'm Abby Lee right now. Save those tears for your pillow. Because I know it's hard. Because there's days I come home and cry. I know it's hard. But don't let them see you sweat no more. Ever again. Nope. Don't. Hold it in. Do that in the car, do it anywhere else, but don't let them see that they're getting just the slightest bit of what you got going on. Because they're not worth it. They're not worth it. Alright, so like I said, it's the flavor of Old Bay. Okay? And I use Old Bay often. We eat a lot of chicken and fish over here. But the reason why I thought of the flavor Old Bay, because if you don't know, it has different types of pepper in it. So that stuff gives a kick when it gets to kicking. If you put too much. Now, you ever meet someone with a very strong personality? And then on the other hand, you run into someone with a strong upper and lower lip. Baby! You ever run into someone with a strong accent? You ever run into someone with a strong beard, mustache, unibrow? Now, wait a minute. I'm coming to this story. But I had to make some jokes about it because it just gets so deep. You ever run into someone with a strong toe? Don't act like you ain't been out before or seen someone with some sandals on and the strong toes was hanging over the sandals. Okay? Now, this time, they said we done ran into someone with a very strong bottom. I guess times have changed for me, baby, because I didn't heard it all. I have heard it all. And you can't even say you heard this through the grapevine, because some people said they've been seen it in person. I said, I'll be darn. Okay. And then when he got up there in that very strong suit, I said, oh, I see what it is. What the what? What the what? Why, Lord? Why? Then he talked about the wolves. He talked about the wolves. And he said how they were flesh-eating animals. And he said how they often stay away from the shepherd so that they can hang with the sheep. I said, oh, you saying something there. Now, if you really listen closely, you're going to hear this message. Because this didn't come from me. This came from someone else. And when he said it, I took notes. And one of the reasons why I find I take notes is because usually down the line, this come back around. Full circle on us. All the time. Like the circle in these glasses you can see. So anyhow, the wolves always feed off the flock. I said, oh, now we talking? Who is it? I'm looking around the church at this point. I'm looking around like a deer in headlights, wanting to know. And you know my eyes mess up over here. But I'm like a deer in headlights. I can look excited. I'm looking around. I'm trying to find out who it is. Who it is? I said the same thing to Christian Keys. I said, who it is? Let us know. Tell us all about it. Because some things we just have a right to know. And if you think we don't have a right to know when we're sending our children and our grandchildren and our nieces and nephews out to be somebody, and we say you could be whoever you want to be, and they say they want to be like Christian Keys, we have a right to know. Anyhow, he talked about the wolves. And the fact that they like the easy prey. They like the easy prey. All right. And I'm flipping this, baby. I'm flipping it. They like the easy prey. Then he started talking about the sheepdogs. How they like to protect the church leaders. And how they like to protect the shepherd. And how they had good qualities. And he got the talking about how they were loyal to the pastor. And I said, oh. And he said it was all about commitment. I said, oh. All about commitment. Now, all my life, I grew up with this type of word about commitment, which would take me back to what I just said about episode 3. All my life, I've been told to commit. So, for the times that I did flee the commitment, I always end up going back. This might be the first time that I actually left church and I have not been back. I've gone to visit a church with my grandmother, because if you are like me, you will know tomorrow's not promised. So whatever your loved one would like you to do, not saying go down to the club, not saying go to the corner, wherever your loved ones may be, I don't know. But I'm not saying do any of those things. But I'm just saying if someone makes a small request and says, can you come to my church? We're having family and friends, or we're having a dinner, and you could go, but don't eat the food. I'm just saying. You don't know. You heard about the you know what? I don't know why they called it a freak off. Did somebody tell me that? I told you I was a little older and not in the know. Why would they call it a freak off? Wouldn't it be a freak on? Or a freak me? Freak me, baby? I know y'all remember that. Freak me, baby. I am done. I am done. Why do they call it that? And then why do I keep listening to some of these shows and they're like, in the freak off? And I'm like, stop saying that, because it makes me wonder even more. And then I get to Googling, and Google ain't telling me nothing but taking me to everybody's page where they said freak off. I said, oh. Oh my goodness, golly gee, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Why am I being sent all over the internet trying to figure out about a strong bottom and about a freak off? This ain't me. This ain't you neither. But we're into it. For some reason, we're intrigued by the fact that this man of the cloth is yet a man. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, because I can't. This is a man. I've said the same thing over and over when they get on there talking about, oh, the president did this or this one did that. They are human beings. Can I get an amen to that? They are human beings. They put their pants on the same way we do, one leg at a time. There's only a few that may jump in. I don't know who they are, because I ain't jumping. But, all these rumors, all these allegations, I think people are more intrigued to know why. Why now? If you've been doing this dirt all this time, people are like, why now? And then, what makes me even more mad? Oh, church people, don't come for me, because I ain't sent for none of y'all. I ain't sent for none of y'all. And I'm prayed up over here. Prayed up. Prayed up. You hear me? Because I know who's lurking. So, with that being said, back to where I was going with this, is that these folks are human. Just I by chance, say you go to a really nice church, and you go to a popular church, and everybody's all good and savory and wholesome in your church. Invite somebody from your family to church. See how quick they unfriend your butt on Facebook. Man, one time I invited my nieces to church to sing in the youth choir. I never seen them again. I call. Never seen them again. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, we didn't answer because we thought you was going to ask us to go to church. Some people don't mess with the church. And when you hear things like strong bottom, Kool-Aid, private jet, we from the hood, we struggling, or maybe we're middle class and we're not struggling, but we're still out here working hard, and then we're giving you our change. and all you're doing is putting that change into you and not back into the church, woo, baby, something's wrong. Something is wrong. Come on, people. Make it all make sense. I don't have all the answers. I'll be the first to say I don't. But I got a team. I got a team of people that support me, and we pray together. And we don't have to go to church to pray. We could be in this room, in the now, in the present, right now, and we could just break into prayer. If you're thankful all the time, then you should confess it with your mouth. Don't be running around here, oh, we only going to talk about this on Thanksgiving. Come. And plus, I done away with a lot of holidays. But I'll talk about that another time, because that's an interesting talk. Where was I before I got very, very downright ready to kick some strong bottom? Woo! I should have did a live on this. Oh, baby. Maybe I should go back. I'm going to try to do it live. Hold the line. If it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. Don't be mad. Oh, man. You finally made it to number 1, baby. This is the last recap for 2023. And I am positive you are going to like the flavor of Doomed. No, not We're Doomed. Doomed, meaning the flavor of hot sauce. And I have a picture for you. Here it is. Yes, we are at the flavor of Doomed. This is a point of no return. This is the end of a year well fought for those who had to fight. Meaning some of our favorite celebs. And to spice up the evening, I even bought out one of my Yankee candles to burn. You see that? That's some vanilla spice. Is that what it? Vanilla cupcake for you. And it smells so good. Now, I can be honest and say that my man buys me these candles, okay? I am not a lighter anymore. Before, I used to light candles all the time. Now I've gotten a little relaxed and whatnot. But here, we're going to light this candle. Get that burning while we're talking. Next, I'm going to introduce you to what I'm sipping on for the evening in my hot stuff mug. Because some of these topics are really hot stuff. So I want to make sure you remember that. Because 2024 is about to be lit. Okay? So tonight I'm drinking Oregon Trails chai tea latte. Let me see if I can get that good for you in the camera there. Yes, Oregon Trails chai tea latte. I've been drinking this for many years. And it's an enjoyable flavor. The spices of cinnamon and nutmeg and all good things spicy are in this tea. And I guarantee it would be a flavor pleaser. A pleaser of your palate like no other. Let me know when you try it so that we can enjoy a cup in our next video together. Also tonight, we're going to be talking about no other than all the things that were just like mind-blowing for 2023. Mind-blowing for some of you, not for me. I'm not surprised. Now, when I tell you I'm not surprised, literally not surprised. Okay? And I say that because we know for a fact that our favorite hip-hop mogul has been sued several times this year. And at the end of the year, at that, and then we had other people come in line behind him, like Mr. Fox. And I even seen like one of the guys from Guns N' Roses was accused of something. And what's the guy with the bad feet? Oh, come on. You know the guy with the bad feet. Oh, I can't think of his name, but I'm going to put a picture of his foot up, and I bet you know who I'm talking about, because I was on the floor when I seen that. I said, you mean to tell me that you let someone rub that on your body? Oh, make that make sense, because I don't understand it. But I am here to tell you that not only did we find out things about our favorite people in 2023, we still found out that work equality was, inequality was still happening. And for someone to be of the caliber as Taraji was, like, that just was unbelievable in itself, okay? So we had that going on, and then, you know, we had, like, Lizzo, who was running around allegedly telling people to do, like, sit-ups and push-ups. Like, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to cut it out. Okay? Cut it out. And the best part of this whole segment of us reaching number 1 is that I get to talk to you with no script. There's nothing here, because the whole year has been on recap everywhere. And it's time for us to get into some good old-fashioned New Year's resolutions. But that'll be in the next video. But back to 2023. We've seen it all this year. We heard that they're going to give out the Epstein names. Are you interested in hearing about some of these folks that are on... you know, it's all alleged at this point, but do you think that these folks had any wrongdoing when it comes to these young girls that they were, you know, moving from A to B to C? I'll be interested to see what your opinions are on this, because, you know, we hold people to a certain point of not only, I would say not even accountability. It's not about responsibility at this point. Some people worship these people like they're their God. And they feel that they can never do wrong. And if you say something about the wrong person, you get attacked not only by that person, but they don't even have to do as much because they got the whole crew behind them. Like, you know, the Bees or the Menages, or, you know, they got crews that can come after you if you say something about their favorite artist or their favorite celebrity. They have like cult-like followings, and it could just be like, wow, that happened. I've seen it happen on people's pages, and I'm like, woo, that's deep. I thought we were only serving one. Not the one. The one. Okay? But 2023 has been a year of revelation. And I can see that happening more in 2024. So there was no real reason to let something hit number 1 when it's all going to trickle down to 2024 and possibly 2025, because you know as well as I know that sometimes it takes years for things to come to the light. You know, we got what else happened in 2023 that was just like a mind-blowing thing for me was when we take someone who we know as doing his work, and we find out that, oh, he's doing his work, but he's also doing his work. What? Make that make sense. Please tell me, whose seat is it really? Because that is not mine. Okay? He's running around here striking channels. I mean, this must have been the year of the strike for real. And I say that because we had the writer's strike, then we had the actor's strike. People were out of jobs. People lost money. People might have lost their homes. I can remember Mr. Porter saying that he was like an inch away from bankruptcy. Now, I don't know how true it was, because some folks were speculating that he was saying that because of his divorce. But I mean, there were so many things of such a high caliber that happened in 2023 that we're going to have this memory for a long time. Maybe, maybe not. Probably so. Okay, I'm predicting it. Okay, and when you look back on 2024 and things are still happening that we're talking about and discussing right now, you make sure you give Miss T her props for knowing that it was going to go down that way. Okay, now another thing that happened this year that struck me as odd or insane was that we have had different things go on with different conflicts that really blew me away. We have been in a predicament where they say we're not in a recession type era, but are we not? We have been through some trials and tribulations this year as a collective, and what are we going to do in 2024 to make it different? I asked you that question, you, the subscribers, the new folks to the channel, whoever you may be. Like, what are we going to do to make it different? I don't have all the answers, because if I did, I'd be getting paid for it, baby. Okay? But I can tell you that there were so many things that happened this year that some people are looking for more mess for next year. I'm looking for the calm before the extra storm. I don't know about you. Anyhow, we didn't even get to discuss this year about how Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce blew down the NFL. That was like sparks a flying, okay? And does anyone know if they're actually in an official relationship or not? Because I haven't heard a thing. But I keep seeing them, oh, she got a ring on her finger. I'm like, dang, I thought we was here to talk about football. And then I'm like, I don't even like football, but I don't want to hear about this either. You know. I can't help myself sometimes, okay? Anyhow, so we heard about Travis and we heard about Taylor. We heard about, what else happened this month? Oh my goodness. I can't even recap half of the stuff I talked about because the content's been aplenty and may have flowed even more. Okay. Oh yeah. My brain's working now. We talked about Jada. We talked about Will and his alleged affair with Dwayne. I don't know if that's true. Like, I would hope it wasn't true. And not saying that, you know, he doesn't have a right to be with whoever he wants to be with at whatever capacity. Not saying that at all. But have this mass following like you do and have them believe that you're one way and you're really another, that's absurd. And we're in the year of 2023, almost to 2024, but we are in the year of 2023 where people can be whomever, whatever they want to be. Why hide? Why are you still in the shadows? It doesn't make sense to me. And one of the reasons why it doesn't make sense to me is because there are a lot of openly out people who are doing well. So why would you have fear that you wouldn't be doing well? I'm not sure about that. But we also talked about not just strong bottom. That's still on my mind, huh? Man, did you know there was an Urban Dictionary? my auntie had to tell me about an Urban Dictionary. I didn't know what I told you guys flat out. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if I want to know what it is. But now that I know, it makes me more knowledgeable. And it makes me wonder, sir, is this true? Anyhow, I honestly believe that all these things that have been brewing for years have come to light. And I believe in karma. I believe in karma. And she's about to rain down on a few people. Like, big time. If you have done nothing wrong, sometimes it's just best to be silent about it instead of coming for everyone that's going to keep digging and digging and digging and digging until they get to the core of what happened, how it happened, why it happened, and in the end, you're going to look like Bobo the Clown. Okay? So, with that being said, I ask that in 2023, I ask in 2024 that we get together a lot more. What can we do together as a team, you and I, to make 2024 memorable? Do you want to do maybe a Tuesday health day? Warning signs. You know? I'm good about, did you know? The warning signs. And then I was thinking, well, we already have Flavorful Friday. We just got to revamp that a little bit and make sure we're together on Fridays. I am still working on how to do a live video. It's not that I cannot do a live video. It's just that I'd like to see what I'm talking about and making it make sense before I just throw it out into the atmosphere. It's almost like, you ever cook pasta and you boil it, and then you've heard of people throwing it up to the ceiling, and if it's thick, it's not cooked, or if it's cooked, it's thick. I don't know. It's like that. Well, I don't want to do that. Okay? I do not want to do that. So, yeah. Oh, maybe we could also do, let's see. A lot of people have asked me about the polishes that I like. So, I do have a lot of nail polish. And I do have a lot of colors and whatnot. So, maybe we could do a nail day and talk about different things that are on either Netflix or Hulu or Prime, because I did watch something very good on Amazon Prime recently, besides Reacher. Yeah, Jack Reacher. It's good. I like it. I like the movie. Then in 2023, I will tell you that I literally, even though the strike was going on, and I was very sad about that, because I do like Bob Hart's Abishola with Billy Gardell. But when I tell you Tyler Perry came through, and I also know that, you know, the whole thing with Christian Keys, I don't know if Tyler Perry was involved or not, because I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't come for me. Didn't send for none of y'all, okay? But Tyler Perry, you kept me entertained the whole 2023. I mean, we had Ruthless. We had, let's see. We had Sisters. We had The Oval. We had The House of Pain. And whatever the retirement show is, I can't remember offhand because I don't watch it enough. But you held it down on BET the whole time, the whole 2023. You held it down. And I almost quit watching Sisters until you put the spin on it on me and threw me for a loop. And I'm sure with the new season starting in 2024 or the mid-season, second season, part of the season, whatever, I'm sure that I'll be even more intrigued. So I'm going to keep on watching for now. Now, what I won't do is tolerate anybody's foolery. So stay on the up and up, and I'll keep watching. Okay. So those are a few things that I watch. I think, another thing that was heartbreaking to find out for 2023, that Law and Order SVU was being canceled. I don't know how about you, but I love me some Mariska. And who else is over there? Oh, well, used to be Christopher Maloney. I liked him. Stabler, you know, and Ice-T, and what's the guy's name that passed away that was on Broadway? I liked him, that played Munch. Oh, he was good. You know, that was just good old-fashioned acting at its finest. Well, there's been a lot that has happened in 2023. I cannot even recall it all because it was so much. But I know that I will do a better job at documenting it for 2024. So let me know. I'll go reach out to the community on the tab, put some little things in there, and, you know, leave a comment or two or three. You know, before I go, we just got to get into this, okay? So I look at my analytics often, even if I don't post something new. And I can see people reviewing old things and some of the new, but a majority of the older videos that I've produced already. Now, what I can't understand is why you haven't subscribed. I'm still waiting. What do I have to do to pull you in? Do I have to come up here once a day? Do I have to make a video on the go? Should I make a video with me kissing an unknown subject? Like, what do I have to do to get you to subscribe? I've had likes this year that I didn't have the year before. So the likes are up. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. It's easy. It's easy to do in that order. Repeat, redo, and I'm going to revamp. Okay? The more you show me that I can do this, the more I can do this and give you what you need and what you want. I think it's that simple, honestly. If I could be frank, I think that when I said this was a year of revelation, it was a year of revelation for me, because I can run my mouth all day and all night, but it's always been a nervous condition. It was never that I cared to talk to any people at all, literally. But you would have never known that. Even my closest people around me do not know that. It's always been a nervous condition. It's not that I care to talk to people. I'd rather be at home watching TV. I'll be honest. But I can't wait to get back here with you guys for 2024. Who knows what's in store? But I'm sure we'll figure it out. Until then, you guys keep on sipping. And if I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, this candle that's still lit the whole time we've been talking, this vanilla cupcake candle is by Yankee Candle, if I didn't say that the first time. The smell is amazing. It'll scent a whole room, and it burns for hours with no issues. And I would teach you another trick, but I'm not good at it, and it came from my husband, so I don't know if I should be sharing those tricks. Until next time, keep on sipping, and remember, here at Whose Tea TV, we are trying to figure out whose tea it really is. Is it mine's? Is it yours? Is it theirs? Or is it ours as a collective? In 2024, we're going to find out.